Well, hello everyone. Stan here. Welcome to another episode of Random Encounters Live. Where I'm going to be doing what I always do, going to some random encounter tables, picking up some random encounters, some who's and what's, and drawing them. I don't know what I'm going to be drawing until the dice tell me, and you get to discover it along with me. Dale, how's it going, Dale? Thanks for stopping by. My, I was getting ready. Had the countdown going, and I saw that there was one person there. I said, "That's got to be Dale. It's got to be Dale. He's always the first one in the seats." And I love you for it, Dale. Anyway, yes, we are going to have another fun evening of random cartooning, improv cartooning, as I like to call it. Um, and now I thought I had something else to say about that, but I didn't. So why don't we just dive right in because there's no time like the present. We will come on over here and switch gears so that you can see all the lovely things that are going on my iPad. I do all this drawing on the iPad Pro using the app Procreate. None of this is sponsored. Is all because I use those because I love them. That's what I do all my work on. I'm certainly open to sponsorships if anyone wanted to approach me. But no, this is me. This is you're getting the live, the unfiltered cut. Dale, number one Stan fan, you have earned that badge. If I had a graphic for it, you'd have it. All right, so these are our encounter tables for the day. You'll see a lot of things that are familiar and a couple of new things. We'll see what's going on. I think this is the last time we're going to have graduation day on for a while because we are in the end of graduation season. But we'll have other summer related. I'm trying to swap in kind of seasonal ideas on here. So this is what we're going to roll with, and I'm going to go as I do over to the die roller. And the way this works, if you remember, is I am going to roll a die something like this. Once, twice, and third time is a charm, and whatever number comes up, that's the number I'm going to use off the random encounter table. So here we go. Our first who for the evening is once, twice, third time is a charm, and is number 6. Number 6 is going to be our big catch-all, adventurers. It sure is, adventurer. So I see Dale. There are at least a couple other people in here with you. So think up, people. Well, I know Dale's answer almost always is go gnome or go home. But let's see what we got with a what before we decide how we're going to interpret adventurers. Okay, so one more time. Once, twice, third time is a charm, and we got the number 3 this time. 3 comes up. And over on our what table, 3 is a barista. So, an adventurer barista. Wow, crazy as it sounds, go gnome or go home really does seem to fit. I wonder what a gnome would do with kind of a gnomish cafe. so, so there it goes. There we go. We're going to switch off the tables, and we're going to start drawing here. I am. Yeah. All right. So, let's see. Gnomish barista. Gnomish barista. Hi, Liz. Welcome. I'm glad you could make it. Thank you very much for stopping by. Let's see. We're going to have a counter and a roof counter, and the machine is going to be here, and I'm sure we'll do something interesting with the machine. Um, uh, and we're going to have a stool for the gnome to stand on. And let's see. Oh, okay. That's a decent little idea there. I'm going to move this down a little lower on the page so I have room to write something up top, put a word balloon in when I'm done. Uh, but so here's one to think on while I'm working on the drawing, and I'm thinking that a good tagline for this can be the gnome calling out the order and getting the name wrong. So, can you think of a character or a creature that could have ordered something here and a good messing up of the name? Like if it was Drizzt it might be, you know, Dripzits. Like I go in and I tell them my name is Stan, and I come in and I very often have a coffee with the name Sam written on it. Sam, order up. So whose name can be gotten wrong here? Think about that. Think about that. Put that in the chat because I'm going to need that later on. Okay, so that's good enough. My sketches are just so that I have placement and the rough idea. I don't want to go too deep um, into getting the drawing done. All right, so we're going to come in. Oh, no, I got to remember to go to the other layer or I'm going to wind up with my blues intermingled with my black lines, with my finish lines. And that always makes me unhappy. And now it has been it's been kind of noisy around here this afternoon. We we had a bunch of helicopters flying over the area. There must have been something going on in one of the neighborhoods next door, in one of the nearby neighborhoods, um, because we had helicopters circling over the broader area of my apartment complex for an hour and a half. I was afraid I was going to come on here and all you would hear is wuffa wuffa in the background. Um, but that cleared out and it's been quiet for a little bit. But right now in the park across the street, there are some kids who have shown up, and so if you hear some screaming or shouting in the background, that's what that's all about. Okay. Let's see, we're gonna have our gnome pulling a big old lever. Got a big industrial strength, like slagging cup, smolting cup. And of course, an apron. I don't know what that noise is. Someone's using some kind of power tool outside of my range of vision here around the park somewhere. Hello, Lala. I did, yes, Liz. I did change layers. I did remember, so we can turn off the links. Oh, I hate when I forget to do that. But thank you for reminding me. Never fails. And say it's quiet right up until we go live. That's part of the challenge. Some might even say the beauty of doing live streaming. All right. Have that big blast coming out. Um, so let's see. Anyone coming up with ideas for someone whose name I can get wrong on the cup for the order of this for this coffee at the gnomish coffee stand? Going to not take as not be as careful as I might normally be trying to make the gears here. Um, I had a job recently where I was talking with the person who ordered it, and they wanted uh, they wanted gears. Me to work on a gear. And I was like, the problem I have with gears is that I just don't think they look particularly good when they're done in the loose cartoony version because they don't look like they fit in together well. I always want my gears to look like they actually fit, but once I do that, it no longer looks like a cartoon. Okay, I just had a couple of loose ideas for things that I might have on the gnomish espresso machine. Again, with some loose gears here. Hey, Raj! Glad you could make it too. Um, Raisin. It's funny. That's funny. That's a Dragonlance joke for those of you who don't get it. Maybe, yeah, maybe that'll do. If I move this around a little, and let me make sure I grab the sketch and move it with it. If I move it over here, oh come on. If I move it over here a little more, and then I redo the steam a little bit. This will work. Okay. Hmm. All right, that'll give me room over here. If I take the edge off this corner here, I'm gonna go back into my sketch layer now, and just put a shadowy figure in a cloak. And we'll come back and ink him. This is going to be our Raceland. And let's see. Lala, so you want to ask? You may ask any question you like, and certainly you may ask a technique question. The answer, almost certainly at this point, is I'm finding the quickest shortcut I can because I want to get these. My goal here is to get everything done as quickly as possible. But that won't stop me from maybe having a better answer. Raceland has hourglass-shaped pupils. If you haven't read the Dragonlance Chronicles, um, go ahead. What are you waiting for? Um, if you have, well, then you'll know that Raceland doesn't have much of a sense of humor. Okay. Come back here. I guess I can put. Guess I didn't need to take that corner out. Finish the booth here. And he can yell out. Order up. Brazen. Oop. Oh. I bet Margaret Weiss will think this is funny. I know I'm in contact with her on Facebook. I don't think she um, reads my posts very regularly, but I bet that if I show her this, she'll get a laugh out of it. Okay, let's throw some colors on there. I like how that's looking. I think I want to make that raisin just a little dark, even darker. Uh, Hourglass pupils. This hourglass pupils is one of the main uh, uh, ways you know it's Raceland. Okay. Let's come in here to the gloaming, which I use for doing my colors. Make sure I'm on the colors layer. Maybe we'll make him in his red cloak. Over the course of the books, Raceland is sometimes in red and sometimes in black. I'm going to put him in red just because it looks better. He's pale, and for that, I'm going to use a lot of different colors are used sometimes, but I'm going to give him kind of this. He's a sickly guy. Sometimes he's given a greenish tint skin. Sometimes it's uh, grayish or purplish. I'm going to go for purplish here. And yellowish eyes, so not a bright yellow, kind of a pale yellow. Okay, I'm going to have our gnome. Dressed in the corporate colors, except of course for the heavy duty industrial kiln mitts he's got to wear. Kind of super nuclear hot stuff going in there. You know, little challenge for doing this fast is all of these details, but I can fudge that a little bit. I saw that you put your question in there, Lala. I didn't read it yet. When I take a break between drawings, I will look at your question and I will answer it. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna put in quick little colors for the gears. Now, a lot of times, just like any kind of art, you sometimes want to make quick decisions on um, on things, and then rather than I'm not sure what all these colors ought to be. I'm making some quick decisions, but here's the secret: is I'm willing to, if I put a color down and it doesn't look good, then I'm gonna go and take it out. But in the meanwhile, I'm not sitting here wasting time hemming and hawing over what color should this be, what should I use. Just pick one and go. And if it turns out to be wrong, I change it. And there's a good lesson to be learned, even when you're not working fast, even when you're not doing this kind of quick drawing that I'm doing here. You're working at home. There's there's nothing wrong with working that way, right? You you don't have to make the right call the very first time, and in fact, you'll probably make better progress if you make a quick call. Just pick something, do it, and if it turns out to be wrong, change it to something else. Uh, and that also lets you get past. Lala, I'm gonna call you out for a second here. When I was on Lala's show earlier this week, and we were doing some basic drawing, and just the idea of putting lines down really kind of got to you, didn't it, Lala? You were a little nervous just to even put a line down. I think that what I'm talking about here, is very helpful in situations like that, in situations for beginners where you think, well, I don't know what I should do. I don't want to do the wrong thing. And the answer is that there really isn't a wrong thing, and in fact, there's nothing you can do that's so bad that you can't just uh, undo it. Just click back, undo it, and start again. Put a different color in instead. All right, nearly done here. I think I want to come back to our lines layer and no. Just give Rayson the kind of. All right. We've got our gnome barista. Suppose if I were to really want to come in here and do something different, I would find some kind of. Am I on the right layer now? No, I'll come back to that, and I'd put in some kind of sound, but I'm not going to do that. I think we've spent enough time on this one. We have a gnome barista serving up a steaming hot cup of something for Raisin. All right, that's a pretty good Dragonlance joke. Okay, I'm going to now come in here and I'm going to lighten up these colors a little bit. I do this a lot. I tend to think in very vivid colors, and then I don't want the drawing to be quite as strong. So I drop the opacity on the colors by about 20%. That ought to be good. Now, one more color in there. We need something on the tube there. Okay. Order up for raisin. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Boop. Okay, wow, that took me longer than I'm tended to get. I'm finding that I'm getting more and more complicated in my drawings, which is just taking longer. With the goal of a 15-minute drawing, it was just closer to half an hour, which still is pretty quick. But I have to decide whether, yeah, the show. I'm very happy with how the show is going, particularly because I've got such a fine audience as you folks with me. But I've got to, get ready to make changes, right? The goal was to do 2 or 3 drawings in an hour. And if I'm going to do them this complicated, well, then I'm not going to get 3 done in an hour. Maybe that's okay. Maybe I make it more than an hour. Okay, so let's go back here, and I'm going to go back to the chat, and I'm going to. How do I? Huh. I thought there was an easy way for me to put what you were saying up for others to see. And there it is. Okay, so Lala asked what pen to use for sketch and actual lines after the sketch are in Procreate. So I pretty much use the same pen. I use here in under the brushes there. Under sketching, I do almost everything. Oh, under inking, I do almost everything with the studio pen. However, I will often change the size of it depending on the quality of line that I want. And you can see over here on the left side that I have 4 different sizes marked out. These are the sizes that I use most often. Some people don't like that. If you want to get the feeling of drawing in pencil and then drawing in pen, well, you probably want to start with some kind of sketching pencil when you're doing your outline, and then switching to an inking brush when you do your finish lines. But the fact of the matter is everyone I know does something different. You find the ones that feel good for you. My my suggestion for you is to just pick one that you like and do almost everything with that until you start feeling comfortable, and then start playing around and see how other ones feel, and how whether you like a different kind for sketching versus inking. Hope that answers the question. Let's see. Smash the like button. Yes, please. Okay, yeah, I got to pause and do all that stuff that you do when you're running a live stream. If you're enjoying this, please smash the like button on whatever platform you're watching. Looks like most people are here on YouTube, which I like that. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. That would be great. I'm trying to get my subscription numbers up. Just because that's what you do. And comment. You're clearly commenting if I'm reading this. Share it with your friends when it's done. All that good stuff. Raceland. Bye. Oh, Liz popped out. Thank you for coming, Liz. I know you're gone already, but I'm going to say it in case you watch the stream again. Thank you. I appreciate that you were here. An added challenge for next time would be keeping his eyes closed. Yeah. I don't need any more challenges. I find ways to challenge myself all the time. Let's see. We got here. How did I do that? Okay, so yeah, Lala say that basic lines and shapes scare you. I think you'll be surprised how quickly you can get past that. It's the unfamiliarity that's getting you. once you start playing around, getting back that feeling of playing is going to get rid of that scary part. And once you kind of commit to just having fun, then let it go, and you'll be great. Um, let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, it says I'm going to start with botanical line. There you go. Plants and drawing on flowers are easier. Then that's what you should draw. Draw what's easy and fun. Hey, Carrie, thank you for coming. Missed the notification. Well, you know what? You're fine. We've done one drawing so far, and it was a gnomish barista. And I'm just about to go and get the prompt for the second drawing. So let's get rid of that gnomish barista off the screen. Turn back our table, and we're going to go for drawing number 2. So we'll go here to the dice, and we're going to roll it once, twice, and third time is a 4. And in this case, a 4 on the who is a bard. Okay, bard. What is our bard going to be doing? What's the what for the bard? Bard. Once, twice, 3 times. Number 2. And that is a bard at a campfire cookout. That seems a little on the nose, doesn't it? Sitting around singing Kumbaya. All right. Okay, so let's turn that off. Come up to round 2 here and go to a sketch. Turn on my correct brush, correct color, and let's get to inking a bard at a campfire cookout. Why don't you like that? Oh, I didn't turn it on. That's why. I was looking at it. I just wasn't showing it. Interestingly, I just sent out a bunch of stickers today to my Patreon backers. I have a Patreon. Have I mentioned that? And the stickers are of a lizard bard. So it's a lizard walking around playing a lute that's made of a leaf. I'm going to move this a little to the side here, and so I can put in campfire. So you've got a log there and a log there. Okay. Okay. Got an idea. I've got a gag, and I've got a I've got some loose pencils. Let's do this. Let's do this quickly. Got a bard at a campfire. It's not just a bard either. All right, I'm going to make the brush a little bigger. because then I can draw a little faster. You might notice that I'm drawing faster. The quality of the line is different. It's not as, doesn't feel as detailed, but I'm getting a better, more of a brush-like feel to what I'm drawing. Right? It's got thinner and thicker. What's the word I'm looking for? It's the tapering on the brush strokes. Okay, so we're gonna have him singing, and here, so I don't know. Maybe this is actually a good kind of teaching point, right? The difference in these drawings, the quality of the drawings, the last one I did and this one, are pretty different, right? Because of the size of the line and the level of detail that uh, it allows. But it also changes the speed that I can get the whole thing done. All right, so here I'm also kind of just playing fast and loose. I've drawn enough fires that I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do. And remember, you always want to put a little, you don't want to leave your logs just sitting out. You make sure you put them inside a little ring of stones if you don't actually have a barbecue of some sort. Got a couple of, instead of Boy Scouts, are going to have a couple of little imps. Get it? Oh my goodness, did I just look up and see that Lala joined my Patreon? Lala, you are too kind. Okay. We have these guys sitting on a log. kind of like the Bard is. And I just realized I don't know the proper spelling for kumbaya. Does anyone out there know the proper spelling for kumbaya? Let me see if I can get that quickly. Kumbaya. Okay, got it. The internet is a wonderful thing. Okay, everybody sing. Kumbaya. And our first little thing to say, can we kill him now? I think I want to move that. It's not going to be, doesn't leave me enough room for the what I want to draw next. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to change the and this was going to say, let him finish. S'mores. Always come after this. Ba-da-bop, ba-da-bop. There we go. So let's put some quick, and I mean quick, color on this. I'm going to drop the blue lines out, and we're going to go back to our gloaming pencil, and we're going to put in fire colors. Log colors, little lighter log colors for the ones that aren't in the fire. We're gonna give our Bard bluish outfit. Why? I don't know. Because we haven't had blue yet. We'll come to a different brown for his boots and his loot. We're going to give him a blonde hair. And more of this, some other version of this blue for his hat. Okay. come over and our imps. Like that. Maybe green camp shirts. Blue jeans. Pale yellow eyes. I like that pale yellow eyes for things that are evil. We're going to come back to the green here. Just for campground. And then I'm going to go with a very dark green. That's not working so much. Maybe I'll use the inking pen for this. For the background, and then not quite as dark, and we'll go back to the gloaming to put that color in. And some very dark blue for the night sky. Which I wouldn't have needed if I hadn't put in those trees. But that's all right. As Bob Ross used to say, just make a happy little tree. All right, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to drop the opacity on those colors back to 25%, I think, that 75 or 70, because they take over like this. Look how the colors take over and drown everything out. But if I drop the opacity down to 75% or so here, they now are serving the lines instead of overpowering. All right, that's pretty good. I guess I want to sign it because I'm proud of what I do. And we have a bard at a campfire. Let him finish. S'mores always come after this. Oh, yeah. I cracked myself up. All right. It's nearly 7 o'clock, and I'm going to do another one because I feel like it. And because you people have been so good to me. Lala and Kerry and Dale and Liz, who was here earlier. You got me happy, and a happy Stan is a Stan that's going to draw some more. So let's come over here, turn that on, and again, we're going to try and do this one even quicker. Maybe. I don't know. No need to rush. But let's go in and do one more round. So we're going to roll once, twice, and third time is a charm, and 2 is our who. 2 is a necromancer. That's a death wizard. Okay, that sounds a little interesting. Whoops. What is our necromancer? Once, twice, third time. 6. A necromancer getting a speeding ticket. That sounds like trouble. Maybe the necromancer's giving the speeding ticket. I wasn't exactly clear on that. Okay, well, turn off the tables, come up here. And I think, okay, yeah, this is going to be a little weird, but it just drew a gnome barista and a bard singing Kumbaya, and I say this is going to be weird. All right, need to make that a little smaller there. Um, thinking. Don't take too long. Just do it. Dive right in. Do it. You know what? Here's I changed my mind a little bit halfway. All right. Nope. Nope. Okay. Now you might look at that and go, "What? What do you mean okay? I see what I need to see on there." Uh, Again, if I were drawing this for a finished piece, I would spend some more time. Um, I'd spend some more time making, firming up the sketches. But this is just, just for fun. It's just a sketch. So it's okay. I have a rough idea what I want, and I'm going to put it in. I'm going to make sure we give them a safety belt. Now, I see again, beautiful thing about drawing digitally is you can just take any mistakes out very easily. When you're drawing on paper, you have to be a little more careful because although you have erasers and such, they don't work as easily or as completely as they do digitally. Okay. And then what I have here are a bunch of skeletons. No. Well, now I don't know if you can hear that. That's not kids you can hear in the background. The park across the street is a dog park. So you will sometimes hear dogs barking or howling at each other. And I just heard, I saw a dog go running by and then heard a plaintive howl from a little further down the block. So what I have here is a palanquin, a vehicle that's powered by usually by people carrying it and running along. In this case, it's powered by skeletons. Those dogs are having fun, I hope. That sounded like that could have been dangerous. Okay, and our necromancer has a big staff with a different kind of, like a demon skull on top of it. And we are going to have them, could put some speed lines in because the skeletons are running very quickly. That really does sound like an angry dog. No one seems to be panicking, so I guess his bark is worse than his bite. Um, all right, and then we're going to come in here, and I'm going to have a police officer on a motorcycle. Not usually great at drawing vehicles, but as it turns out, I just drew a motorcycle. In fact, the police officer on a motorcycle the other day for a different piece. So, Play nice, doggies. Play nice. Okay. And then I'm going to have our, well, let's put some colors in, and then I'll finish off with a goofy line. So our necromancer is going to be based in purple. With robes, so it's a very, very dark purple. That's a good necromantic color. He's going to have kind of yellowish, sallow skin. And green eyes. Here again, I'm picking colors very quickly because I'm trying to get this drawing done relatively quickly, and B, I can change them if I don't like them. Pick a wrong color, change it to a different one. Let's just add. Now the skeletons are mostly white because they're bone, but in order to give them a little more feeling of being three-dimensional, I'm going to use a little bit of gray and a little bit of blue to give them kind of a white and an off-white feeling. Let's go back to that purplish color for a second here to give the idea that we're speeding along. We're gonna give the police officer now here, so I'm changing the color here because I want to give the idea that there's some tint to the glass, or looking through that windscreen on the motorcycle changes the color perspective a little. And you'll notice, I'm sure that one of the things you'll notice is how fast I'm doing things. And part of that comes with having done this a lot, and part of that comes from, no. There, I didn't see, I put that brown in. I don't like it. I just take it out, I'm going to give him a red mustache. Because it contrasts with the brown on the uniform better. But there, I mean, that's a fine example. I put something down, it didn't work. I put something else down. I erase it and I go again. All right, and then I'm going to come back to the top here, and I'm going to come back to my inking brush, and I'm going to have him say, "Yes, I know, officer." Make that. Speed kills. Ha 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 ha. And then just to make that a little creepier, I'm going to go back to my colors layer, and I'm going to drop a, what's going on here? Drawing, there we go, up a little bigger, and drop a green tint behind his letters. Ha 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 ha. What else do I need? Just to top this off, we need a few extra lines. Man, that dog does not. The fact that everyone is having a good time does not help me from thinking that that dog sounds like he should not be in a public park. All right. There we go. Our last one for the day. Hey, Steve, you made it. Yes, I know, officer. Speed kills. So there we go. Steve, I'm glad you could make it. It's a third drawing. We went a little slower than usual, but it doesn't matter. We're all having fun. We got nowhere to be. Put my signature at the bottom. And we're getting towards the end of another Random Encounters show. I want to thank everyone for being there. Let's review what we did. So we started our last one here. Well, we didn't start. We finished up with a necromancer speeding ticket. I guess he doesn't get the ticket. Before that, oh, you know what? Here, I want to come in and drop these colors a little, even less than. That's just about an 80%. I think ought to do 80, 85%, maybe 85%. I picked the colors a little better this time, or a little less garishly. All right, so we've got a necromancer speeding ticket. Before that, we had a bard at a campfire cookout. And before that, or to start off, we had a gnome barista. Steve, you'll like this one. This is it's a dragon. God, I'm losing my mind. It's a Dragonlance joke. What do you think? Do you think Margaret and Tracy will like it? And those were our three drawings. I think we all had a lot of fun. I know I did. Seemed like fun was being had in the chat. Um, and I want to thank Lala and Steve and Kerry and Dale and who else was here? Liz was here for a while. It was a great evening. I had a lot of fun. I'll be back again. Oh, so here's next week is um, next week is a thing that I will remember to say in a second. Next week is Independence Day week here in the U.S., and I am going to be away visiting with family. But I'm planning this weekend to record an Independence Day themed uh, random encounters show that will go live next Thursday. So although we won't have all of the interactions, if you come back and look for it on Thursday, I will have hopefully uh, another show all themed on American Independence Day. And then the following week, which will be so that'll be July 6th. On July 13th, I will be back for another live show, just like this one, only maybe even funnier. So thank you everyone for tuning in, whether you're watching live with me now or watching on the replay. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate your help and pitching in on figuring out what we can get into these drawings. It's all funnier because you showed up. Funnier and more fun because you showed up. If you have a chance, please like, hit the like button, whatever platform you're on uh, for this show, whatever you're watching on. Wow, I really, all the drawing is taking my words away from my brain. Hit like for whatever platform you're on. I am trying to grow my YouTube presence, so if you do have a choice, come on over, watch it on YouTube, give it a like. Even if you watch it somewhere else, come over to YouTube and give it a like, leave a comment, hit the thumbs up bar, subscribe, all those things that every channel tells you to do. You know why they tell you? Because it helps. It helps get other people to see the show, and the more people we have coming to see the show, the more fun we're going to have, because as we have a larger audience, I am going to start doing more and more interactive um, themes rather than just rolling them, more that require you guys to give me an idea and then I draw it back for you. So, oh, Raj, I forgot you were here. I didn't even say thank you to you. Thank you, Raj. I didn't mean to leave you out. Um, so, yes, please come back. As I mentioned earlier, I don't usually do a big plug for this, but I do have a Patreon. Lala apparently is my newest patron, so thank you for that, Lala. Go over, give it a look. If you want to support what I'm doing, you want to see more stuff like this, that's a great place to give that kind of feedback. Also, when you become a member, when you join the community, there are a bunch of exclusive little things you get. Roundups of all the art I do over the course of a month. And I'm getting ready to do some exclusive uh, video for the Patreons. And at certain levels, you get rewards. Like today, I just sent out a bunch of stickers, actual physical stickers, to the which I give once a quarter, 4 times a year, to the members at my topmost layer, which is only $10 a month. Uh, Certainly, I wouldn't pay that just for the stickers, but let's say the topmost layer is not huge. Uh, People at the medium level layer once a year will get you'll get a holiday card from me, and that always comes with a little gift inside it too. It's usually a sticker. Um, anyway, thank you again. Good seeing you. I will be back taped next week and live 2 weeks from now. So until then, take care. I hope you all start doing some drawings for yourself just for the fun of it. And until then, I will say bye.